Do you need a 4-channel controller or mixer? Now, recently, Numark released the NS4FX, which is basically a bigger version of the Mixtrack Pro FX, which I own and I really like. And there are some minor changes to the NS4FX. I'm always going to have trouble saying that. But they do include like XLR outs and different things like that. The reason I chose the Mixtrack Pro FX is because it matches the basic layout that the Rain does, and that's kind of what I wanted to do that. The little differences between the two, besides the channel differences, is the fact that, like I said, there are XLR outs and you do need a power supply. So this kind of, brings the question, do you need 4 channels? What are the advantages of the 4 channels? Keep in mind that with 4 channels, you can still only use 2 decks, or you can use 4 decks with just 2 channels. So you kind of have a lot of flexibility there that you maybe not think about. You can use the other channels for other things outside sources, auxiliary ins, different stuff like that. You can use those buttons and things to control stuff. And one of the examples is with Virtual DJ, that you can use the 2 outside channel high, mid, lows to control the stems, and the inside channels, which is the volume that you're controlling on your right and left deck. You have the ability all the time to change your high, mid, lows and the different stems. But if you do that with a 2-channel, you're going to have to flip back and forth between the high, mid, and low being high, mid, and low, and high, mid, and low being stems. So those are your advantages on that. And there is, like I said, it kind of all depends on what you need. Just like some people need multiple microphone inputs for their thing, other people don't. So you have to kind of figure out, do you need 2 channels or do you absolutely need 4 channels? But here's where my question comes in with this device, and I think this is the biggest thing. It's a solid device. Like I said, I like my Mixtrack Pro FX, and this is just like it with extra channels. Is it worth a $320 price increase from the Mixtrack Pro FX? Because the NS4FX is $320 more than the Mixtrack Pro FX. It's a lot of names there. That is what I think ultimately comes down to your choice between 2 channels or 4 channels. Okay, DJ Jesse asks, hi Michael, always a great show. I know you play clean music and I'm doing a prom, been having trouble finding school appropriate music. Do you have any advice on song selection? I have BPM Supreme. Well, my advice for that is the BPM Supreme has everything marked clean or dirty, so all you have to do is go in there. If that's the one you're using, everything you need is going to be marked. But if you get it from somewhere else, or if you've had it in your collection for a long time, I would advise you to check the stuff and make sure it is clean, and take some time on those songs that you think you're going to be playing to make sure they're clean and mark them clean and dirty, so that the places that you need it, absolutely need it to be clean, you're going to know that it's clean. And it sometimes just comes down to you, being a good steward with your library is all. Okay, Mikey Williams asks, is there a way in VDJ8, which I'm presuming he just means virtual DJ, I hope he's not using 8. Is there a way that you can drag a song and start it instead of pushing play? Yes, there is, and it's kind of easy to do actually. These buttons right here are programmable buttons, and all you have to do is right-click on them, and you can program them to do pretty much anything you want. And one of the things that I did on this one is that I created it to load the next song and play. So each time I do that on this button right here is going to control this deck. So just for copyright reasons, I'm going to turn that down, and we're going to highlight a song here. I'm going to go back to here, and I'm just going to randomly highlight one, and we're going to hit it. And it puts it up there and it starts to play. Now, I did not set it to start at a certain cue point or anything like that, so it is starting from all the way at the beginning. But if I hit that again, it's going to grab the next song and immediately start playing it from the beginning. Or if I would have marked it, play from this cue point, you can do that. And it just starts the next one, and we go right down the list, load and play, load and play, load and play. And again, all that is on these programmable buttons, and you can do one of your hot cue buttons and create a pad mode to do that. But basically, it is right there. It is load, underscore, next, ampersand, and play. Tech Solution 21 Ltd asks, hi, the string function you use in the search bar, I can't get it to work. Is there something I need to enable? Kind of, yes. You do. Let's go back to virtual. Now, the string search that he was talking about is doing something like this. So I can go 100-105, and now this is going to show me every song in my entire library within that BPM range. And I can go 2000-2005, and now that is hitting those two things, songs within that BPM range and songs within that year range. I can skip to the next thing and go pop, and that are ones that I have labeled pop, and then remix. And it's going to show me things that fit just into those. Now keep in mind, on these songs, you're going to have your tags marked with things, words in there that fit those. So if you have the year, it's going to go on the year. If you have the BPM range, it's going to go in the BPM range. If you have genres, it's going to go in there. But here's where I think you're missing it. Right here on this dot to the right of that, you have these things that are searchable. So if you don't have anything checked here, that string search is not going to do BPM range if I don't have BPM checked. It's not going to do year if I don't have year checked. So pick out the different areas within the tag that you want to search and check them so that when you do the string search, it will bring up just what you want to search for. Elvis Perez asks, why is my OneDrive folder not appearing on Virtual DJ's interface? Virtual DJ looks at drive letters. So, and I know it's different for Mac, and that's all it's going to find. So I'd done a video recently showing about how that Google Drive has just changed its name and the way it operates to G Drive. So it actually shows in your library as G Drive, as if it is a separate hard drive, but it's online. So that's why Virtual finds it, because it is a drive letter, and OneDrive is not. OneDrive just reads as a virtual online cloud folder, and that's why it doesn't find it. It's not going to, unless they give it the capabilities, the same with Dropbox, unless they give it the capabilities to be read as a drive, a letter drive of some sort, it's not going to find it. And finally, Party Loud Events asks, I'm sorry, when did MJ become Captain America? Well, become? I never stopped. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. If you have the chance, please click subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, share this, whatever you can, so that we get these videos out there. And again, thank you all for tuning in. God bless. And most importantly, don't forget to press play.